Welcome back to the final block of this One-on-One Sports webcast. We're talking about NCAA basketball. We got Dom and Kyle here to discuss. So I have three statements here, guys. Excuse me. You're going to tell me if it's a swish, if it's true, or if it's a brick, it's false, and then you're going to tell me why. Dom, we're going to start with you. Grayson Allen, is he going to be the player of the year this season?
I got to go Swish. I think you have to consider him a contender. When you look at all he's done for this young Duke team, he leads them in scoring at 20 a game, also their top assister. He's been playing solid defense. Obviously, Duke had some rough patches, as did Grayson Allen earlier in the year, but I think recently they've really been coming on strong. They had back-to-back wins against Louisville and Virginia, the last one, thanks to Grayson Allen buzzer beater. And I think they're going to keep improving. They're my pick to win the ACC tournament. And I think if he does that, you have to put him in the conversation for the Wooden Award. He might not be the favorite right now, but I definitely think you have to at least consider him a contender.
Look. All right, Grayson Allen fails to produce against top 25 teams. 0 for 4 in scoring over 20 points or more versus top 25 teams. Look at other guys who are being considered. Okay. Denzel Valentine, Buddy Hield.
I mean, Denzel Valentine missed some time, though, against top 25 teams. 3
out of 4 games, he scored over 20 points, where Buddy Hield has scored 20 points in 5 out of 8 games versus top 25 teams, including 70 in 2 games versus Kansas.
Obviously, those are both great players, but I just think towards the end of the year, Grayson Allen Duke's going to be coming on strong.
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree with Dom on this one. Grayson Allen does not have the performances yet to make him player of the year, but I think he will get them, or he'll at least have opportunities to get them towards the end of this year, in the ACC tournament. So now, moving on. Kansas is the best team in the Big 12. Swish or brick?
I think that's a brick. You know, you got West Virginia in the Big 12, coming in nice, 20-5 record overall this season, 9-3 in Big 12 action. You know, they're a half game behind Kansas, who has 10 wins, and they got a big week this week. They got a chance to prove themselves at Texas, prove themselves versus Oklahoma, and that defense travels well, especially when we're talking NCAA tournament. Defense in neutral locations wins games.
I'll agree, but here's the thing about the press. It's high risk, high reward. If you're getting those steals, yeah, it's great. But then if you're not getting them, you're leaving your team really, really vulnerable to fast break points. And I think Kansas is just a much more consistent team. They've got Perry Ellis, who's one of the best players in the country. And honestly, they've won the last 11 Big 12 regular season titles. I think they make it 12 this year.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I don't really know what's going to happen on this one. You know, that conference, especially at the top, is very, very competitive. And as Kansas is the more proven team, and so, you know, history shows that they'll get it done. But, you know, I like that West Virginia team. I think they could come up and make it very interesting. So now for the last statement. The best team in the country is Villanova, the #1 team. What do you think about that, Don?
I think right now, Villanova is the best team in the country. They're incredibly deep. They're a senior and junior-led group, a lot of upperclassmen led by junior guard Josh Hart, and they've been playing really well. They have a great defense, 8th in the nation, and they're also 8th in the nation in point differential. But for me, the real reason they're the best team right now is that they have been incredibly hot. Their last loss in regulation was on December 19th. In a season of crazy parity where teams have been up and down all the time, Villanova's remained steady.
See, here's the problem I have with Villanova. The only people who are picking Villanova as best team in the nation are Villanova fans and Big East fans.
And the polls, who ranked the #1.
Here's the thing with Villanova. Let me finish. Okay. So my big point here is they lost to Oklahoma by 23 at home.
Beat Xavier by 31.
They lost to Virginia by 11. The Big East is simply not the best conference this year, and not even the second or third best conference.
Oh, I don't know
3
about that.
teams in the top 25 compared to the Big 12, who has 6, as well as the ACC. Even the Big 10 has 5 teams. You look at Providence, you look at Xavier, you look at Villanova.
Xavier's been playing incredibly well.
Those are the 3 teams you have in that conference that can potentially run the table in March Madness. After that, it's a huge drop-off. Seton Hall and Creighton just aren't there.
I don't know. I just think right now, Villanova's the most consistent team. They've been playing the best. And if you had to pick one team to win a game tomorrow, for me, that choice would be Villanova.
Yeah, I feel like at this point in time, it is Villanova, but, you know, it's college basketball. None of this
reigns.
You know, March Madness, anything could happen. Villanova's been kicking around past few years. We'll have to see if they can get it done this season. That's all for this episode of the One-on-One Sports webcast. If you'd like to watch it all again, check us out on YouTube. And as always, whose side are you on?